What's up, guys? It is Dan and Nick back with another episode of F1 2021 Career Mode in the Williams. It is the second video of today, and we're in Spa. We're into the second half of the season, finally, and we're well on the way to the much shorter Season 3, where we've had some pretty chaotic driver moves. All that to look forward to, so don't forget to like and subscribe so that you don't miss that. I can tell you for a fact, it gets a bit crazy. Of course, Spa, not a bad circuit, in fact one of my favourites. Unfortunately, I just can't do Eau Rouge and Radion here. Overweight, onto the starting grid, and it is another Mercedes lockout with Yuki Tsunoda and Lewis Hamilton on the front row once again. And behind them we have Sergio Perez and Nick, surprisingly, Lando Norris and Daniel Ricciardo, Lance Stroll and Charles Leclerc, myself and Pierre GASLY round at the top 10. We're followed by Antonio Giovinazzi, Nicholas Latifi, Carlos Sainz, Max Verstappen, who took a penalty, Fernando Alonso, Valtteri Bottas, George Russell, Esteban Ocon, and at the back, Peter Mazepin and Mick Schumacher. Let's get to it. The Waffle Grand Prix.
Sergio Perez starting 3 laps down, Lando Norris 5 laps down, and Max Verstappen 7 laps down as it's lights out.
Both Williams in the
Daniel
top
Ricciardo
10.
12 minutes behind. Justin Freshpot gets up to 3rd, down to 4th.
There was contact or something in the background. I think I saw something go flying off of another car as they race down to turn 2.
The
Up
Williams,
the hill.
with absolutely no downforce up Eau Rouge, is a terrifying prospect for these drivers. But he manages to hold on as he chases down the Mercedes.
And drivers referring to both Justin Freshpot and everyone around him, not just his teammate. Although it is just as terrifying in that car because he is not able to go around that corner properly for some reason. Talking of which, here he is.
Now, looking to have a collision with one of the other drivers. Who will it be this week?
Hoping to regain some positions after losing out 2 places to Giovinazzi and Gasly, and he goes around the outside at the bus stop and actually gets past without making contact. Not even a kiss on the tyres on this occasion, and he gets away onto lap 2. And immediately join a lap later, but at the same corner, there's a yellow flag. It's
a yellow flag.
Daniel Ricciardo is going slowly. He has broken down.
He's in a terrible place.
That's one of the worst places that you could stop that car, but he's done it anyway. On board with Justin Freshpot. He's chasing down Lewis Hamilton, who hasn't won a race all season. Can he...
The Williams with that Mercedes engine, but somehow not as fast of a car.
He's going to look.
He's looking for the overtake.
He's
up the inside.
Oh, there's contact. He
on
has hit the Mercedes. That is a racial attack on Lewis Hamilton. The stewards will be investigating that one after the race. He forces him off the track onto the grass and has lapped him in one corner. Some shady business going on with Justin Freshpot. As we ride on board with another shady driver, Radiant Slothz, chasing down Pierre GASLY as he comes round, and it's a spin.
Radiant Slothz giving up on any hopes of points, as per
that's very close to George Russell there.
For some reason.
Oh, Valtteri Bottas has just rear-ended him.
A classic unsafe rejoin from Radiant Slothz.
Ensuring maximum damage to the opposition. Alfa Romeo, of course, being one of Williams' rivals from Season 1. Justin Freshpot follows Yuki Tsunoda, who's hoping to be recognised on the podium this time, if he can make it. He's done something there to stop in the pit lane. And now it's one of your favourite scenes, Nick. It's pit lane analysis.
An incredible... There's no way any of this could be edited out. There's no way it could just jump to when the pit stop is. We have to watch the car go slowly so you know that he is coming to the pits.
The thing is, if you didn't watch this scene, all the way through, you wouldn't know what was going on. It could be that he's broken
everyone
down.
Would be confused. He's now 8 minutes behind Radiant Slothz, apparently.
That was an excessively slow pit stop. 8 minutes long. You wouldn't have seen that if it was cut out of the video.
In one lap, he's gained 7 minutes and 58 seconds on Radiant Slothz.
Lap from Justin Freshpot as Radiant Slothz comes into the pit lane. We'll see what he is able to do in what can only be described as a time fluctuation pit lane. There's a few cars ahead of him being serviced.
Max Verstappen in 14th. No idea what's happened there.
He's just decided he likes P14. Radiant Slothz not getting a wing change. Probably the first time this season he's managed to achieve that. Although I'm surprised there's no damage to the rear of the car after Valtteri Bottas ran into the back of it.
Justin Freshpot now, through turn 1, ahead of Lewis Hamilton.
Incredible. He has remained ahead of him and gained some time.
He will now be chasing down Yuki Tsunoda, hoping to get the undercut when he pits, but he might get stuck behind a Frenchman here.
The Frenchman moves aside quite rightly, says Justin Freshpot.
Russell lapped, but ahead.
He comes down to turn 1.
Gains positions. Will he get Yuki Tsunoda? He's currently ahead, but the pit lane's on the inside.
It's empty. Where is he? He's there. He's done
Tsunoda.
it. He's just about ahead.
Him.
Yuki Tsunoda is banging his hands on the steering wheel and screaming down the mic like a Fortnite kid at his mechanics, saying
the Mercedes
why.
Will have DRS here. The Williams putting all 40 horsepower into those back tyres. Speeds of 35 miles an hour.
He's panicking, he's looking all over the place.
The Mercedes trying to go around the outside. Oh, Williams, a great driver, holds the position.
Yuki Tsunoda, though, AlphaTauri helmet poised, ready to get past the Williams. Very close to attacking the rear wheel of the Williams with his front wing. Excellent stuff as he's going to have a look down into Puon, and he's up the inside. He's actually stuck it out there. And he's got the position. Justin Freshpot, flabbergasted that anyone would try that move, is not able to respond.
Freshpot now crying in the car. What can he do?
Lewis Hamilton saying, "Get this man out of my way. He is in a Williams and does not deserve to be here." And Justin Freshpot saying, "No," as he chases down Yuki Tsunoda. Coming down to the chicane, he's going to have DRS. He's going to look to the inside.
Everywhere. Up the inside. Can he make the move?
He's hit the other Mercedes. That is 2 for 2 contact. Yuki Tsunoda hits him back. It's bumper cars.
Feisty. Yuki Tsunoda cuts him up for some reason.
DRS again for the Williams. He goes to the inside. He hits the Mercedes again. Contact. Lewis Hamilton hoping to capitalise on this.
An absolute gaggle of cars. We're on lap 9:11. That's a bit insensitive as we come up El Rouge.
Oh, it's
the
side by side.
Side by side.
It's a good shot there on rails.
A tremendous amount of time.
Oh my God! Yuki Tsunoda pushes Hamilton onto the grass. And
the Red Bull now looking to get past.
Yuki Tsunoda single-handedly ruining the race for everyone behind him, stopping them from catching up to the Williams of Justin Freshpot as we see Radiant Slothz presumably spinning or crashing. No, he's getting past Esteban OCON, who's left the pit lane. Probably something else will happen here, or it won't. Now instead we ride on board later on as George Russell defends against Radiant Slothz. He's going to get DRS down the pit straight. This is for 0 points and 13th place. He didn't manage to get him, but later on the lap, he's following. He's going to have another go at the same section. He's much closer this time. Nearly puts it on the grass and spins, but he's side by side already. The far superior speed of the Mercedes engine getting him past. And he successfully overtakes George Russell before the chicane.
Spin. We'll never know.
Here he comes once again. Is he going to make an overtake on Carlos Sainz? 1.5 seconds away. That would be an ambitious dive bomb. No, he puts it
Track
wide.
extend
Oh, and he's...
and a spin.
Oh, and
He's hit one wall. Will he hit another? No, he just track extends again and cuts up the Alfa Romeo, who he probably blamed for hitting him.
He's got damage there. That is a small shark bite out of the front wing. Just grazed the end plate as he corrected his slide. And unfortunately, that is going to be the end of his race. Esteban Ocon's got past him as well. He's got no downforce anymore. That small piece of wing has destroyed his car as Justin Freshpot comes around the final section.
Yuki Tsunoda gaining. Somehow he's back ahead of everyone he crashed into.
Everybody else receiving so much damage. He's out of ERS. He's not able to deploy anymore. It's over.
This would be an awkward time for the Williams to spin.
Oh, and he does it. Yuki Tsunoda's going to get past him. Oh, and it's so close to the line.
But the Williams picks up the win. And Radiant Slothz picks up 0 points.
In P15, it's another finish, which by itself is an absolute miracle. And he crosses the line, happy as he can be with that result.
One position ahead of Nikita Mazepin.
So it's time for driver of the day. I wonder who it will be today. Oh, for goodness sake, this is ridiculous.
What a driver. He picks up the win. He raced to Mercedes. Here he comes to celebrate. The Williams team, generic bold man, loves it. That doesn't look like Claire Williams.
Unbelievable. There he is.
Stands on the car, causing thousands of pounds worth of damage.
He's pointing to the sky, presumably at the UFO, with the guns pointing down at the racetrack, but no one is listening to him. He's saying the aliens are coming. And he rides
his horse onto the podium. He waves at the expectant Belgian crowd.
The true mark of a past invader.
As we see the podium animation that we see for every race.
Yuki Tsunoda finally acknowledged on the podium by the other drivers. And Sergio Perez is ignored this time. And there we have it. These are the top 10 finishers. Of course, we've seen the podium already, but they were followed by Lewis Hamilton, Lando Norris, Charles Leclerc, Lance Stroll, Pierre GASLY, Max Verstappen, and Giovinazzi. And on to the season results. Justin Freshpot has leapfrogged Daniel Ricciardo to take 6th place in the Drivers' Championship now. Still behind the other McLaren, both Red Bulls and both Mercedes. And there are no changes that I can see anywhere else behind. Over in the Constructors, it's still 4th for Williams. We'll catch you in the next one.